In this video, I have brought you the solution of model question class 12 2078 new course as published by CDC for NEB. Hi, I'm Sanjeev and you all are welcome to my channel. Let's begin the solution with the passage. In examination, you get a passage that carries 15 marks. As the instruction says on the top, read the text and complete the tasks that follow. So here you have the whole passage. You can see altogether there are 6 paragraphs. So whenever you get a passage, just read it thoroughly. You don't need to read everything in detail, but just try to understand what the passage is all about. You can pause the video here and read the whole text. Type 1 question. Since there are 3 types of questions, we are beginning with type 1. Look at the highlighted words in the text. Complete these sentences using them. 2 of them are not necessary. So if you have noticed the passage well, then you could see there were altogether 7 words which were in bold form or highlighted form. Adjustment, deprived, susceptible, abundance, eradicate, and finally you have incredibly. Out of these 7, and last one was cardiovascular. Out of these 7, only you are going to use 5, so 2 of them are not necessary. Let's begin number 1. Disadvantaged people are deprived of social justice. And well, they don't have access to social justice. That is what exactly the sentence means. Therefore, here you can see the best answer is deprived of. Question number B. Nepal is naturally rich country. In fact, it has an dearth of natural resources. Since you have N before the blank, you are going to search for a word with the vowel sound. And what does it mean? Nepal is naturally rich country. In fact, it has a dearth of natural resources. So something great, large in quantity, something plenty of, and the word which stands for something plenty of is abundance. So Nepal is naturally rich country. In fact, it has an abundance of natural resources, plenty of, much. Number C. Older people with medical complications are dead to COVID-19. Means they are likely to be affected by, they are likely to be harmed by, they are at risk, or let's say they are vulnerable. The word which refers to this very meaning, like likely to be affected, likely to be harmed, at risk, vulnerable, are susceptible. So it is older people with medical complications are susceptible to COVID-19. I have made a few to the design to give the shot a new look. Obviously, some adjustments have been made. Number E, it took me 7 hours to complete the task. It was difficult. Difficult means very difficult, extremely difficult. The word which stands for something extreme or very is incredibly. So it took me 7 hours to complete the task. It was incredibly difficult. Now, from the passage, we have type 2 questions. It says, choose the appropriate heading for the paragraphs 2 to 6. Please mind it, not 1, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the list below, and write the paragraph number next to them. Strive for a better diet. Okay, let me bring you the paragraph from the passage. These are the first 3 paragraphs. So how you are going to do? You don't need to spend much time when you are solving this sort of exercises. Always read first 2 lines, most of the time just first line, or sometimes even first 2 lines of the paragraph, and you find it better. Okay, you can easily get the answer. Strive for a better diet. Where do you find the better diet then? Then you can find the better diet in the 3rd paragraph, because you can see, look at what you are eating now. Make changes where if you are susceptible to snacking, keep a piece of fruit, few nuts. Okay, so eat is small. So you have eat food items. So therefore, the correct answer is 3rd paragraph. Likewise, exercise. Again, you don't need to expend much time. First word, you don't have anything important, addictions you have. And here you go, you have the word exercise here, 30 minutes of exercise. So obviously, this is from the second side of your paragraph. We have got here 4th, 5th, and 6th paragraph from your passage. So therefore, the correct answer is 6th paragraph. Overcoming addiction, you can see the word here, addiction here. So therefore, the correct answer is 5th paragraph. Likewise, stop all those bad habits. It says something that is not good for your health, means something that is not good for our health. That is exactly what we call bad habits. So 4th paragraph. Okay, that's very simple. And now first, second, and third, you have again, get more sleep. Here you have first paragraph, second paragraph, and third paragraph from your text. So get more sleep. Here you have the word sleep in the second paragraph. So the answer is second paragraph. Done. 10 marks completed. Now finally, third type 3 questions from the text. Answer the following questions. What percentage of the US population get enough sleep to stay healthy? Most of the time in examination, whenever you get the questions, the question answers are in the passage in chronological order. Means you can look for the answer of question number A at the top, and generally you can find the answer to the last question towards the end of the passage. Okay, so what percentage of the US population get enough sleep to stay healthy? So this is the word which I have brought you from passage. Sleep is used, and almost a third of US population does not get near enough to help them stay physically and mentally healthy. The first sentence says third of the US population does not get enough sleep. What is the meaning of third? Third is nearly 33.33. Okay, third refers to 33.33 of the US population. So what is the remaining? So since the question is asking you in percentage, remaining is 66.6 people. They are getting enough sleep to stay healthy. So answer is 66.6 is percentage of the US population get enough sleep to stay healthy. Number B, why is healthy food not always expensive? And these are the words from the passage. I suggest you not to copy the answer as it is. Sometimes you can bring changes. For example, healthy food is not always expensive because we can get, instead of you can get, I've used the word we can get, instead of abundance, you can see the word plenty. We can get plenty of low priced vegetables and fruits, not like such as apple, banana, potatoes, and peas. That's how you can, rewrite the answer in your own language by replacing some of the words with your own word with some of the synonyms. In this example, instead of you, we have we. Instead of abundance, we have plenty in the answer. Instead of vegetables, and like is also replaced by such as. Question number C. What is the best way to get rid of bad habits? And these are the words, start the process. These are the words from the passage. You read it and you can rewrite them as, the best way to get rid of bad habit is to begin the process of breaking this bad habit one by one. We will get rid of some bad habits easily, and it takes months or years to get rid of other such bad habits. So the same idea of the passage, but it is written in different ways in your answer. That's how you are supposed to do. Number D, why do you think an addiction like smoking is worse than snacking on junk food? This question demands your own answer, own creativity, but again, based on the passage. So you can say, in my opinion, instead of saying I think. It is better to say in my opinion rather than you say I think. In my opinion, smoking is worse than snacking on junk food because it affects our health and pocketbook more than junk food. Now, the last question. What type of exercise is good for your heart? And there you go. You find it towards the end of your passage. These are the sentences that you find. These are the words. So what type of exercise? Okay, so cardiovascular exercise like walking, jogging, or walking on a treadmill is good for our heart. You don't need to write a few times a week will do our body. You are not going to copy all the words from the passage as they are. Rather, you only select the relevant piece of information from the passage while answering the question. So with this passage, we come to the end of the passage. 15 marks is done. From grammar section, you get 15 marks in examination. First question, there are 10 questions under first question, and there are 5 questions under another question. So let's see 2 types of grammar questions that we have in this very model question. Do as instructed in brackets and rewrite the sentences. Therefore, in exam, when you are writing the answer, make sure that you are rewriting the sentences, not just supplying the correct answer. I'm going to tell you something very important. So please listen. And the instruction says, complete the sentence with an appropriate adverb. Since the speaker is going to tell something very important, so when someone says something very important, we should listen to that, to such matter very carefully. So this question demands adverb. So carefully can be the correct answer. Likewise, the old man died a heart attack, and your job is to put a preposition. So what preposition goes with died? With preposition, with the word died, the preposition that goes well is of. So the answer is the old man died of a heart attack. Number C, more than one person going to have to find a new job. Is it is or is it are? That's the main question. Students, some of them think it is and some of them think it is are. So what do you think? First thing, and now let's see the explanation. So more than one, after if you have a singular word, like more than one person, always take singular verb. Therefore, the correct answer is. More than one person is going to have to find a new job. Number D, you will, has to, have to, must, had to tell the police that your house was broken into. And the correct answer after will, you are taking have to here. So the answer is you will have to tell the police that your house was broken into. Number E, he only realized he his key when he reached his front door. So your job is to complete the sentence using the correct form of the verb lose. So you can notice the past tense here, but is this lost or something else? That's the question. Well, in this very question, we have two past events, and if we have two past events, then we have to use past perfect tense for first past event and simple past tense for second past event. And therefore, the correct answer is like he had lost his keys. Number F, a lot of people are worried about to lose or losing their jobs. Choose the correct option from the bracket to complete the sentence. And worried about after you are taking verb with ing, progressive verb for people say. So a lot of people are worried about losing their jobs. Likewise, number Z, the AC was on, the room was not cool. Put a correct conjunction in the blank to complete the sentence. See, if the AC is on, the room becomes cool. But here, the unexpected thing is the room was not cool. In reality, the AC was on. So here we have to use the concessive connective. We have a situation and we have unexpected event. So if we have a situation, unexpected event, and if the situation is given in a clause form, the AC was on, that is a clause, we have to use although in the beginning. So although the AC was on, or even though the AC was on, also though also you can write, although, even though, or though, whatever you take, the correct answer is this. Likewise, number H, between 2000 and 2005, she wrote 3 novels, none of which were published. Second option, none which does not sound correct. So you have 2 options, neither of which, none of which. Well, what do we take? See, we use neither of in the case of 2 options. 2 options, mind it. And neither of means out of 2 options, not one is selected. None of means there are many options. Okay, out of that many options, if not one is selected, then none of. And mind the question, it says 3 novels, not 2 novels. Therefore, we take none of. Between 2000 and 2005, she wrote 3 novels, none of which were published. Now, question number I like people laughing at me. Change into passive. So here you have the sentence showing your likes and dislike. So when we make the passive of likes and dislike, and if you have the question something like I like people, criticizing me, appreciating me, laughing at me, whatever you have. But if you notice me at the end, go with being and take verb third. So I like being laughed at. Number J, could you please open the window? That's the last question of type 1 grammar question. Report this with the reporting clause she requested. So she requested me, as you can see in the structure, she requested me to open the window. That brings us to the end of type 1 grammar question. Now type 2. Choose and copy the correct answer. So you are going to get a lot of options for question number 2. 4 options. It's like multiple choice question. And your job is to select one out of those 4 options. Which one of the following word has a different initial sound? First sound, check, chest, chemical, chairman. So when you say check, chest, chairman, you have cha sound, but you don't say chemical, right? It's chemical. So chemical has ka sound. Therefore, the correct answer is chemical. It's different from those rest of those words like check, chess, chairman in terms of its first sound or initial sound. The last word in the word push is transcribed as push. So when you pronounce the word push at the end, which sound you have? Okay, so you can see push, sha sound is there. So therefore the correct answer is number 3, S. Likewise, question number C, I can't dot the pen, full stop. Is it bear, beer, or bore? Okay, and the correct answer is I can't dash the pain means I can't tolerate the pain. So tolerate means like bear the pain. So question number 2 is the correct answer. I can't tolerate the pain, bear the pain. Next question D, which word would you find in a dictionary that comes between the guide word kiwi and knit? Since here you have king, kitty, knob, and knife. So guide words you have kiwi and knit. Now, important thing for you to consider is kiwi, like what is guide word? In a page dictionary, the first word is kiwi and the last word is knit, something which you find on the top, and other words come in between kiwi and knit. Therefore, when you are looking for a word, it must come after kiwi and it must come before knit. In this very condition, only one word fits, and that is knife. And the last question, number E, the babysitter dashed the girl while her parents were not at home, looked after, looked at, looked over, or looked up. So out of those 4 options, if you see, that means took care, and the only one word which fits here is looked after. So the babysitter looked after the girl, it's something like took care of the girl. With this, we come to the end. If you enjoyed this video and if you want me to make the video on literature section as well as on writing section, do let me know that things in the comment box. Thanks for watching.